And welcome to Cardiff, everyone. We have been sitting here now for about 25 minutes or so since we arrived here from Belfast, from rainy Belfast to Cardiff in Wales. So Northern Ireland to Wales on a tour of the European Union. We are visiting the United Kingdom now, and in doing so we do visit each one of the membering countries of the United Kingdom to pay our respects. As you can see here, we are parked here in Cardiff International Airport in Wales, and currently on VATSIM we have no ATC coverage here yet, but we do have ATC coming alive throughout Great Britain. And this flight, for this particular leg, we will be going from Cardiff and all the way up to Edinburgh in Scotland, and paying our respects to Scotland. We do fly with failures enabled and also remove surfaces when over G speeds or overspeeding. And we are flying in VR, in the Oculus Rift S, in X-Plane 11, using the Zebra mod 737. Since I am Scandinavian myself and you keep local, I of course am flying the Scandinavian Airlines livery. Normally I do fly in Norwegian for various reasons, but for this particular journey through the European Union, I have chosen to use the Scandinavian Saga Viking livery and fly the call sign Scandinavian 511, which will follow us for the duration of our tour. As you can see, the ground crew is finishing up pretty much on off and unloading things, and we are ready to go in the cockpit and get it set up for this flight to Edinburgh. So let me just get my seat readjusted while we enjoy this nice scenery from Orbex. And jump back into the cockpit. So here we are sitting as we left her. I have since I left just gone to get some food, and I'm now ready for this next leg, which I think unfortunately will be the last leg for today due to real life commitments that I have. So yeah, let's start with our flight plan, and let me just get my headset rearranged a little just to make everything nice and sharp here. There we go. There's our Cardiff flight plan. We can stow that and we can get out the Edinburgh flight plan. Flight time is around 1 hour, and we will be crossing most of England and going over Manchester. So we have around 104 passengers, I believe, so we are at 52.32. So 52.4, that's nice rounded up number. And we have 9 tons of fuel available. We did fuel up in Amsterdam Schiphol, where we left this morning for Belfast, and we haven't refueled since, and we will not refuel for this particular flight. We are well within our limits with 9 tons of fuel. Also, according to the flight plan, we will not need more than 6 to perform this flight. And our reserves would be, let's say, 2.7 for our alternate, which is Manchester. Let's hope we will not use that. We do have a lot of wind up in Edinburgh, so if you have seen the last 2 legs, I have not been quite happy with my landings, to say the least. Something seems to have cocked it up just in the last vital seconds. Landing rate has been okay on this particular landing at around, I believe it was 280, 260, I can't remember. But yeah, I would really like a nice, smooth, stabilized long approach with a good landing. So anyway, let's get out some things here so we can get moving. We can start with our VATSIM client. We have already filed the new flight plan for Edinburgh, so that is all set. There we go, we can stow you there. And let's get the ground handling thingy. Ask them to bugger off. Pop you on. And what we'll do before we do any... terminate flight leg, sorry. We should have terminated before. I believe it was terminated, but maybe that was an error. So anyway, do this. Good. Off. Here we go. Ground power. Working. Window heat is on. Hydraulic pumps are on. We will need to reset these. That is on. Set. 5 and map, and we will come back to this. Should be all the way down here. You should be there. Just reset this. Lights test. Looks good. That's good. Let me just. Okay. And we can take off configuration horn.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust. Climb. Climb now. Climb. Climb now. Climb. Crossing. Climb. Climb. Crossing. Climb. 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 Clear of conflict. Descend.
For this test, I should be actually monitoring the screen here.
Descend. Descend. Crossing. Descend. Descend. Descend now. Descend. Descend now. Increase climb. Increase climb. Increase descent. Increase descent. Maintain vertical speed. Maintain. Maintain.
But I am a bit stressed on time. I really want to have a nice
TCAS test.
Stressless flight, so we will just hunker on with getting set up here. So we are Scandinavian 511. And we can do this. We'll depart 30. And we can head on to this side here. BCN1 Alpha. For Bravo Charlie November, we can go to November 864. November 864. Via that route, we will come to Nitton. Uniform Papa 17. And to Nokin. From Nokin we will take the Uniform Papa 16 up to Ribel. And from Ribel we'll take Uniform November 601. 601 inserted to Eskdo. And that will be the start of the Tweed Alpha arrival to runway 24. And Tweed Alpha, there we have you. So just check, no discontinuities, activate, performance, your fuel weight, we can go, and we were at 2.7 in reserves, we are well loaded with fuel, so no need to worry. So let's check out our cruise. At 24 today, quite low. Actually it's a step climb, so we will go up to 28. We just pop that in here. Still a quite low level for this this journey. But Simbrief has its reasons, and we shall abide. 27148. And transition 6. There we go. Or the ISA, sorry, was 6 plus. And outside temperature is 18 degrees, nice and comfortable here in Wales today. And we'll use 24K. Take off, flaps 5, dry runway 143 SVV2. So a bit lower than what we had in Belfast, we were a bit heavier then. And we shall get our trim sorted. 47 units D-step is set. We can just pop our approach in here. Okay, so let's check the route. Looks odd, so but just ignore that. Actually, I'll need to have a look at that. So at Tweed, yeah, I'll definitely have to. What is up with these these lines today? So I think we will address this while en route, just so we can get on our way. There's a stand, we can pop you off, find our departures. And get it back here, and we can set the MFR rate while we're at it at 1220. Minimum flag retraction altitude. Oh. There we go. Let's also get the QNH.
Echo, Golf, Foxtrot, airport information, Kilo 1050, Zulu, weather, wind 261, at 11, visibility 10,000, sky condition, few clouds at 1,500, ceiling 3,700, broken temperature 182.15, QNH 1025, advise on initial contact that you have information, Kilo.
So from Tartan, we should go.
Echo, Golf, Foxtrot, airport information, Kilo 1050, Zulu, weather, wind 261, at 11, visibility 10,000, sky condition, few clouds at 1,500, ceiling 3,700, broken temperature 182.15, QNH 1025, advise on initial contact that you have information, Kilo.
It's a little rise in the QNH, so we'll just abide to that.
Echo, Golf.
Okay, so back to the chart here. So we have basically it's I think I know what it's trying to do and what's confusing. So from Esto it's straight to Tartan. We have do have a point in between there. So we'll just step. Now after Tartan it has Tweed. Now that's wrong. We should not have Tweed. We should have Edinburgh or Echo Delta November. So that's what I'll put in here. Echo Delta November. And we'll put that in instead of Tweed. Then we'll just completely ignore Tweed. actually. So that should do us like this. Let's just get a bit. So we have ESCO direct to tartan. ESCO. Zoom in and just confirm that ESCO and tartan are inserted correctly. So step, 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 step. Oh, did it again. So there's ESCO, and that's turning us on 006 towards tartan. 007, we have the 1 degree discrepancy. Max 2 at ESCO, we should be... Yeah, so the reason it has this pointer is a slowdown point. So what we'll do here actually is buy ourselves a little more leeway by doing so. Okay, and then we have tartan, and from tartan we go straight to Edinburgh. Heading 344 for what looks like yet another one of those approaches, right? Where you will fly. So approach. Get the route up here. ILS 24. Cut 2 and 3. Let's cut 1. No, that's not what I want. Sorry guys for... That's the cut 2. So... we're on the right one here. So let me just check the altitudes here. At EDN we are at 3,737. It's TLA 13.8. Let me just have a look here. Now, why on earth he wants me when we're coming from the south is a bit of a mystery. So it is a circle to land. But what I really wanted to do is a straight in landing because we have plenty of room for it. Basically there's Esco, there's Tartan. That's 15 TLA. 13. So what I would expect were vectors up here. But we do have some terrain to account for. So what we'll do is we will accept this and vector ourselves a bit. We could do this though, just for so we could do like so. Then do this and execute that, and there we go. Okay, enough of that. So back to what we were up to. Sorry for the delay. You can go completely away. You're all done now. We have wasted too much time already sitting here, and we are happy with that. We already got all of our maps. So what we'll do is we will push back facing basically east, and we'll go on Alpha all the way to Alpha 1, take off. Then it will be take off straight away runway heading, and do a turn toward the Brecon, which will tune 17:45. There we go. It's already tuned. You can come to map mode, and that's basically it. In case of any issues, we will turn left, climb straight ahead 3000, turn left, come back for a landing on runway 30. Have set our QNH, we have set our MFR rate and our V2 speed. Runway heading is, why isn't that, didn't I set that when we were, well, maybe I didn't. $298, and that needs to go to 33. And we'll have plenty of time to tinker around with our arrival once we're airborne, and of course we do need to have our geography lesson as well, won't we? So that is set. Okay. So what we'll do now is that we will get our let's balance the tanks a little. If you're going, yeah, good. All set. Come on, and Map, barrel, need to go a bit slow on you, and on, LNAV, clear ourselves to 10,000, since we have no ATC. We are live on VATSIM, by the way. And I think I forgot something. Pre-flight oxygen tested, nav and transfer display switches are normal. Actually, before we do that, because it takes some time for the, can't see any traffic, so it takes some time for the better pushback guys to
ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Does take some time for them to just show up and all that, so we'll just get them instructed on what we want so they can get to work. There we go. Very nice. So we will find our execute button somewhere here where I have to feel my way. See, is that it? Yeah, that was it. And
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
get reseated. We are seated correctly. Okay, so we'll do our checklist. Pop the APU on. Okay, pre-flight oxygen is tested, nav and transfer display switches is auto and normal. Window heat is on, pressurization mode selector is set to auto. Flight instruments are cross-checked. And parking brake is set and the start lever is to cut off. Before start, flight deck doors are closed and locked. Fuel, we have 8.9 tons on board and all 3 pumps are on.
All doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Passenger signs are on. Windows are locked. MCP set to heading, speed and altitude. Takeoff speeds, we can just have a quick look. 133, 134, 143. So basically rotation and V1 at the same time. C2 pre-flight completed. Rudder and aileron trim is free and 0. Taxi and takeoff briefing is completed. Anti-collision lights can now come on. So before start checklist completed. We will try to keep ourselves a bit updated on what was those?
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
We will keep us updated on the VATSIM map. Just looking for an ATC, so let's just give it a go ahead.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Starting 2 and 1 in sequence. Starting number 2. Here we go. So quite a lot of ATC has come online in the UK. We don't have any in Edinburgh just yet. They do tend to pop in now and then. Can't see any other aircraft in our area. Let's pop you here. There we go. There's our departure. Don't need the taxi chart here. It's quite easy overlooking airport. There's not much. You can't really get lost here now. Forgot the fuel. Reset this bit. As you might have noticed, I'm stressing a lot to get airborne and get underway. So there's start a car. We can start number 1. Fuel. Monitor the EGT. All the pressure's building up. Start a cutout now. And the says falling, EGT falling back, looking good. Okay. So
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
set the parking brake. Did put the probe heat on.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Full forward, full back, full left, center, full right, center, right, left, rudder. It's looking good. So from here, and flaps can go to 5. One last scan. You set. And flaps are setting as well, nicely. Monitoring Unicom, alt off, ready to go. So let's head to Edinburgh and learn a little bit about Scotland.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
We will. See you next time. We'll definitely be back to lovely Cardiff. It's lovely scenery and normally a nice approach as well. Can be a bit windy, but that's just, we like our challenges, don't we? So there's the bypass pin. Thank you. We'll just do the before taxi. Generators on, probe heaters on, anti-ice off, isolation rail is auto. And just start switches are continuous, recall is checked, auto brake is RTO, engine start levers idle detent. Flight controls have been checked, ground equipment is clear. Before taxi checklist is completed, let's get going. I'll take the weather, you'll take the terrain. A little bit more. There she goes. So I see that Manchester now they got some more ATC. It was packed, literally packed with people. I think there were 15 departures and 20 arrivals with hardly any ATC. So it wouldn't be a good timing to fly into Manchester. It's best to do with some ATC when there's that many people on. It's just chaos even though people are using Unicom. Doesn't look like we'll get much ATC unless we got some more controllers logging on for the rest of the UK. Dublin is still off, but we got the Amsterdam, so I could have done one flight from Amsterdam today, one flight from Amsterdam to Belfast with some ATC on departure, but I really wanted to cover some ground today, so I had the time, and yeah, let's just shut you off. So final looks clear. Let's just do the for takeoff checklist. Flaps 5 green lights. Stabilizer trim, we have 4.72 units D-stop, and transponder will now go to TARA. There we go, and I will pop the lights on. There we go. And we'll simply just get airborne as soon as we possibly can.
Have a good flight.
Thank you. We need to slow down for the turn, but other than that, traffic close to the airport here. Other than that, we'll just be
Approaching 30.
and we are looking for 298, and we are nice and stable at
On runway 30.
8, there we go. Just correcting a little. Start the timer. Set takeoff thrust, let's go. right rudder to maintain center line. It's a bit wind here still.
80 knots. V1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
And gear up. Up into the wind.
400.
And for some reason LNAV won't allow me to engage it.
1000.
Which is a pity, but we'll look at that later on. So we can go flaps 1. TAT 18. There's the clouds. Goodbye whales. I don't think we'll be seeing much of you due to clouds, so this is the last good looks. We'll have whales, we can go greener. There goes El Navigators, so let's start our turn a little bit now. Come on, day. TAT 17 still. So we'll track directly to and that's an issue here. It didn't. Okay, so what we'll do while we're climbing and heading the complete wrong way. There we go. Dig dust, that should fix us. And we'll let VNAV correct that. Maybe I deleted Bravo Charlie and I didn't actually. I think I did correct. I don't know what happened. Anyway, we fixed it and we're on our way, and we can pop up some more altitude and yeah, I'll be with you in a second. Come off. Bad departure, really. Let's put that in and then we will contact. One, 2, 3, 9.
Over to Unicom 1 at this point, take the X-ray. Jersey 387 Hotel, we're happening, pleasure. Jersey 387 Hotel, Roger, just confirm you've got the fuel inside at this 3.5 o'clock range, 10 miles. We have the fuel inside, Jersey 387. Jersey 387 Hotel, clear as you approach runway 20, just 1025. Clear visual approach, runway 2025, Jersey 387 Hotel.
Control Scandinavian 511, passing flight level 135, inbound DCAS.
Karen 511, check for HTC, next time squawk 6463, climb flight level 240.
Six 435 for Scandinavian 511, and could you please repeat the altitude?
Climb flight level 240.
240 for Scandinavian 511. Yeah, so he, but you know, you can't just, yeah, it's nice, but you can't just log on and then really just, I know that I busted some
Good afternoon.
alters.
Hotel with you on the ground in Cardiff. Requested line officers to the first file were 770.
I did bust an altitude restriction there due to the issues.
Hello, cleared to Ibiza, X-Mile 1 Alpha, squawk 2207.
Let's have a look at what's going on here.
Cleared Ibiza, X-Mile 1 Alpha, squawk 2207, top jet 89 Hotel.
Okay, so it's not yet updated on the map here. I can't see any messages, just ready. Don't really think we did that much wrong. We did maybe bust an altitude restriction, but that's it.
We're established on localized at runway 26, easy 1067.
Easy 1067, runway 26, clear to land, the wind 020 degrees at 5 knots.
Clear to land, runway 26, easy 1067.
Okay, so he's controlling basically all the way out here as well.
Dual navigation, direct Coxie Kilo, Oscar Kilo.
Resume on navigation, direct Coxie, Ryanair 3 November Tango.
Juliet Golf is going to be the Bollington 4 Alpha arrival, so runway 27 right.
Bollington 4 arrival, runway 27 right, so to the call.
87 for Hotel November, contact Zero Control Master on 3 flight, or 45, bye-bye.
3545 for 87 for Hotel November, bye-bye. London Control, Ryanair 525, number 1 Ryanair.
52 Foxtrot Bravo, Lano Chan, hello, squawk 8 then.
I'll just keep the engine volume down just to better hear the ATC.
Good afternoon, Control, November 254 Charlie Victor, landing on direction 3
November 251 Charlie Victor,
Thousand to go.
hello, squawk 8 then, climb flight level 90.
Squawk then, climb flight level 90.
Yeah, so we did bust this here completely. Not much to be done with that, unfortunately. Out of the cloud.
And Tom Jet 89 Hotel, went 4 push and start. Tom Jet 89 Hotel, push and start is approved when ready, taxi holding point runway 30. Push start approved and when ready, taxi holding point 30, Tom Jet 89 Hotel.
Hello, control, with you climbing for 3,000.
So he basically cleared us.
And who is you?
So he basically cleared us to
Southwest 499, score
to
kite
our
down, climbing now, flight level
step climb.
110.
110, Southwest 499.
Southwest 499, are you not following your SID? Following it would be really much appreciated.
Okay, so I think it's a quite grumpy controller we have. People, that's what happened to people flying all over the place.
You are not following your SID. Following it would be really much appreciated.
Do have some light clouds here, I don't know.
Will do.
We're fully vacated, runway 26, easy 1067.
So I did not know that London Control actually controlled all the way out to Wales. If I had known, I would of course had paid more attention.
Easy 106.
So that's my bad. But the map did not show that actually. And we have that cock up with VNAV on departure, unfortunately. These things happen. Just skipping the top of the tower.
Climb now, flight level 80. Negative, just 80, 080. Jersey 387 Hotel vacated 205. Jersey 387 Hotel, you can take the choice, enjoy the rest of your afternoon, bye bye. Time's choice, might speak to you again later after all. Good afternoon, Jersey 387. Luna, good afternoon, easy 49 Lima Charlie, Adman, direct straight up to 2,600. Easy 49 Lima Charlie, low down, head out, squawk right down, climbing out, flight level 290. I know, 290, easy 49 Lima Charlie.
GLA capture, so that's nice, nice and early. $540 minima. So basically, I think that he will be handing us over to Unicom in a short while, and I'm planning that will be the time we could do some geography and some learning about Scotland, eh? So we won't be noising out his instructions, because I don't think he does not sound like a controller that appreciates that.
Southwest 499, you were cleared to flight level 110, you've passed it and you're still climbing. If you're not following instructions, what's the point of me being here and you being there? Flying flight level 180.
He has a good point. So that's the center tank used up.
Southwest 499 on London Control.
499 ahead.
Southwest 499, you're not following instructions. If you don't want to, feel free to fly offline. Climb flight level 180.
Flight level 180, 499.
He's having a really bad day.
London Control to the Silver Golf, it's PC. What is that?
So if he's not covering that map,
Zulu Juliet Golf, descend at flight level 80.
will he be covering all the way up to Manchester maybe? So I think I really want to talk about Scotland. But with this particular controller, I really don't want to miss any transitions because he will eat you.
89 Hotel, runway 30 clear for takeoff. The wind is up on wind velocity 70 degrees 11 knots.
Okay, clear for takeoff, runway 30, 89 Hotel.
241.
Cockpit 672, long return hello, squawk height then climbing out flight level 100.
Squawk height then, flight level 100.
Long Jersey 1 Echo Romeo, just because on Romeo, coming through 4,000 miles.
Jersey 1 Echo Romeo, long return hello, squawk height then climbing out flight level 190.
According to step climb. You should be climbing after Nitton.
03 long return hello through to direct land zone. KLM 603 route to direct land zone.
Alright, well, the production is KLM 603.
Runway 4 Charlie Delta, climb flight level 170.
Flight level 170,
Runway 4 Charlie Delta, fly now heading 140 degrees.
140 degrees runway 4 Charlie Delta.
November Charlie Victor, redirect Compton, Charlie Papa Tango.
Direct Compton, Charlie Papa Tango,
So should we contact him?
Jet 89 Hotel, report your passing altitude, climb now, flight level 370.
Just passing 1,200 and climbing flight level 370, Tom Jet 89 Hotel.
Easy 39 Charlie Romeo, altitude, you come now 122.1.
102 Unicorn 122.1, easy 39 Charlie Romeo, bye bye.
So he signed off there, yeah. London Control, Scandinavian 511, request further climb.
Scandinavian 511, climb flight level 280.
280 for Scandinavian 511.
Zulu Juliet Go, fly now heading 1 at 1 point.
Heading 115, so into the golf.
Bit of
for Charlie Delta, climb flight level 2.
Bit of lag as we're entering this hub here, which is Liverpool, Manchester, with a ton of departures and arrivals. Insane. So meanwhile, let's check the weather for
Clear 2676 line show, contact Gatwick director 126 F Highway 25. 685.
So we basically have standard there. Sticky controls. There we go. Set. And scattered at 3800. Bit of strong wind would basically down the runway, so that's okay.
Southwest 499 at Dane 2 Alpha Ivor Illinois is 23 right, descent flight level 150.
Maybe he will control us all the way to Scotland, so I'll try with one ear on the radio to
Southwest 499 about altitude then.
1,000 to go.
yeah, almost there. Just want us to reach the top of climb and then we can. But the frames ain't doing too bad.
1810 Lano Squawk 0302 climb flight level 340. Cargo 672 climb. Cargo 672 climb flight level 200.
There we go. And altitude acquired.
Cargo 672, I'll try and give you the rest in a minute. Brake round 4 Charlie Delta, turn right heading 160 degrees climb.
So Scotland, 5.42 million inhabitants. Capital is Edinburgh, where we're headed. Scotland is the UK's northernmost country, land of mountain wilderness such as
727 Victor, the
Paint
initial
bombs.
climb is 5,000 feet. It's on the chart and it is to be followed. Squawk guide then climb now flight
So
level
not much to be said.
370.
Scotland has a long history of fighting the English. Very beautiful country, the land of the whiskey, the land of...
849 Lima Charlie redirected Blue Cow.
Really need to listen to this controller. We'll just leave it there. If not, we will do it once we get on the ground, I promise.
Lima Charlie redirected Blue Cow.
Yeah, redirected Blue 49 Lima Charlie.
Things are really happening thick and fast there, so we really need to be...
499 the descent flight level 100.
So we are directly above Manchester now, Liverpool, Manchester. There we are.
Lufthansa 422, London Roger.
I actually think he will control us all the way.
28 November Tango, contact Sierra Control Master, con 35, decimal 45, bye-bye.
But he didn't control us into to Cardiff, that's the odd thing. So.
Yeah, break. Zulu, let go, descent altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1025.
Nick.
Down to 4,000, QNH 102.
But everything said, it is a good controller. He knows what he's doing. Maybe that's why he gets annoyed that he puts in... that he's putting in a lot of work and doesn't feel like people are taking it too seriously, and I can totally understand that.
Rhino 4 Charlie Delta, human navigation, direct Damab.
So we have a bit of few lag spikes, but we are over a very extensive area of mostly city, all the way up to Bradford, Liverpool, Manchester. Albeck scenery, Manchester Aerosoft Airport. We have a ton of aircraft on the ground. On the ground here.
5 Tango uniform, Dean Cross, flight level 270.
Up there.
X5 Tango uniform, hello, stand by. Southwest 499 flying now heading 340 degrees.
Flying now heading 340 degrees, Southwest 499.
Shuttle 12 Hotel, fly now heading 350. Shuttle 12 Hotel, fly now heading 350 degrees. Heading 3.
And he is quite busy as well. This controller here.
London Control, it is 76 Bravo X-ray, light level 290.
EC7, 6 Bravo, X-ray Roger, good afternoon. It's Peter 1 go for right, Alpha 26 left, when ready, descend at flight level 140.
Zebra 1 goal for arrival.
So if he is...
76 Bravo X-ray, when ready, descend flight level 140.
Confirm the flight level American Express 672, it was a flight level 200, but now it can continue flight level 220.
But if he will control us all the way to Edinburgh, that's just perfect. I love that.
Zulu Juliet, go turn right, heading 240 degrees, when established localizer 27 right, descend with the right path.
Heading 240 degrees, one of the certain log, on the glass box, 27 right, so the zero.
Good Express 672, route direct Conan. Direct to Conan.
London, good afternoon. Cockpit 79 Foxtrot, flight level 380 inbound Tillich.
Jet 79 Foxtrot, Roger, hello, squawk 1150, day 2 Alpha for 23, right?
We can do some fun facts. Scotland's national animal is a unicorn. I don't know if this is true. Scotland has the highest proportion of redheads in the world. I believe that. Scots are most likely to have blue eyes. Import haggish to the US. Imports of haggish to the US have been banned since the 70s. They don't like it. Scotland is the home of the world's tallest hedge.
0303 Tango uniform.
That's actually quite fun.
Check 5 Tango uniform, Ruderex Wallasey, that's the Whiskey Alpha Lima, who joined the Chase 3 Alpha arrival.
Unable, I'd like to come back across the 4 Bravo, please, 5 Tango uniform.
5 Tango uniform, sorry, can you say again what you'd like, what you would like to?
Okay, unable to go to Wallasey, my routing is to Croft, from Croft, it's the Chase 4 Bravo, please.
Okay, for whatever reason, my program didn't show it. Chase 4 Bravo in a case, runway 33.
So we have an aircraft.
Chase 4 Bravo and there's a 15 in the H's as well.
Shannon,
right.
I think.
Lovely job on app for coordinating that, thanks for letting me know. Shuttle 12 Hotel, resume on navigation direct Leicester, climb flight level 320.
320, very direct Leicester, Shuttle 12 Hotel.
Express 672, climb flight level 310. Climb flight level 31, correction, 230.
So he's 1,000 below, that's okay. So long as he stays there.
Lufthansa 422, Roger. Southwest 499 at descend flight level 60. Southwest 499 at descend flight level 60.
Just keeping an eye on him. He has 20 miles out, we'll pass at 18 or so, and 1,000 below. So. It's all good.
Do you want to go Romeo? It is going to be runway 26 through Fridge, step away, let me know when you're back. Zulu Juliet, go, comes out Heathrow Tower 118.5, bye bye.
118 decimal flight. Right, thank you for your service. Visible.
Okay. Easy 76 Bravo X-ray, route direct log.
Direct log for Aegis 76 Bravo X-ray.
So we can zoom out here. Got some traffic up and down the coast here. Not much to see, unfortunately. It does seem that he will control us all the way to Edinburgh. And I don't know if that will give us some issues with our...
Kilometer 6031 ready. You can start descending, flight level 250.
I will check for level 250 for Kilo 63.
Kilometer 603, you don't seem to be following the route that you've filed there, so next time I would ask you to file something that you can find.
Yep.
So we'll see what he has to say about our tweet alpha. So it is tweet alpha to Tartan.
Speedbird 73, climb flight level 220.
Escdo to Tartan.
Climb flight 220, so confirm.
So we'll put in Tartan just to... Ah.
Easy 76 Bravo X-ray descend flight level 110.
Descend flight level 110, Easy 76 Bravo X-ray.
Station calling, that was readability 1, just some fake noises of speaking.
London Control, Easy 2 Bravo uniform.
Easy 2-3 Bravo uniform, like I said, hello, Willow 3 Bravo for 26 left to redirect Kid Lake.
Remember that Willow 3 Bravo, right?
Express 672, climb flight level 2. Express 672, climb flight level 270.
270, Canadian
So we will be needing to requesting a
cut
descent.
somebody off, possibly.
Yeah, it was just Jersey White running with
Did you like the revenue? Thank you.
We'll wait just a little while.
And can I address 670, can you just confirm for me that 270 is your final flight level for the moment?
I would like to go further upwards.
Can I address 670, okay, let me know what you flight level you want to go to.
Okay, we press flight level 370.
Express 670, roger, climb flight level 350 for the moment.
Climb flight level 350.
Next 5 Tango uniform ready for descent.
Next 5 Tango uniform descent, flight level 150.
150, 5 Tango uniform.
London Control, Scandinavian 511, request descent.
Scandinavian, sign for 11. You can start descending. Welcome on 122, that's my way.
London Control, could you please repeat last that transmission got interrupted for Scandinavian 511?
511, monitor unit come now 122, that's my way, good afternoon.
Monitor unit Tom, and thank you for service, Scandinavian 511. Okay. So we will initiate our descent. Should initiate it, so we will do something else that doesn't abide to that now. Okay. What we'll do then is level change. There we go. And it seems like we will not be having any service, so he just forgot to tell us to bugger off, which he would have. Anyhow, that gives us some time. We will monitor our descent, of course, but that gives us a bit of time to enjoy the most important part, which is the Scottish national anthem. So let's listen to that while we are. And it's called Scotland the Brave. They have several national anthems or songs that are regarded national anthems. It's nice, ain't it? Some bagpipes and brave people, the Scottish. I know, proud people as well. Eh? So. Actually just up our speed to catch up a bit. Yeah, so we'll just cut it here because you can find the song online, I'm sure. So Scotland is the UK's northernmost country. It's a land of the mountain wilderness such as the Cairngorms and the Northwest Highlands. Interspersed difficult word, with glacial glens, valleys and lochs, which is lakes. Its major cities are Edinburgh, the capital, which is with its iconic hilltop castle, and Glasgow, famed for its vibrant cultural scene. Scotland is also famous for golf. The game first played at the old course at St Andrews in the 1400s. I also think they invented the winter game curling, and it's also known for the Loch Ness Monster, of course. So let's get the latest weather, and I am excited to land in Edinburgh. I have been there a few times before. Always nice to come back. So we are still a bit high, so what we'll do is just go up to 300, and that should allow us to catch up nicely. Latest weather, QNH 1013, wind 19 knots, but pretty much headwind. Do have some clouds.
1,000 to go.
Look like any rain, but it could start anytime soon. I'll bet you that's the same rain that hit us in Belfast, or some of it. So we'll just keep descending all the way down here. Oh. So now it actually needs to add thrust, which is R. What doesn't it just pitch? Ah, that's why it hit the. It did for some reason stopped, so it must have hit the level cap. Now that means that we definitely will need some speed going down, so we'll just race down. Hold on back there. I'll be putting on this here because you'll need that with that speed. So, runway heading. Let's see if we're coming in. Yeah, here we're coming into Eskdale, turning soon towards Tartan, and then we'll go into our slightly altered. So, from what I've only been this way once, a long time ago. From what I remember, you have these two hills going up to about 2,000 feet, and you're going sort of in the channel between them, and then turn around. Now we will come slightly off that, I think. Should be pretty much on, I think. So we'll just keep our heading nice and tight, and get ready to keep up to date with that. Oops, a bit lively here. And I will not close this because with my luck the controller will log on when I'm on short final and ask me to talk to him and stuff. So going to 007. Just need to check the time here. Good. There we go. Didn't put in the forecast, but not needed when we're doing stuff like this. So we can go to VNAV. VNAV will of course slow us down, put us a bit high again, I assume. Ask for drag, something like that. Muncie Unicom for anything, and we do have aircraft on the ground in Edinburgh, so we'll just need to keep an eye out for that. And of course we do have clouds, and we'll need to monitor the temperature. It is rising 8 degrees now. So we'll basically be doing the auto brake 2, and then we'll try and aim for an exit at Alpha 9, or that will be Bravo from our side. So that's basically the exit we're going for this time. Hopefully we're going for, even though we have some wind, we are going for a super perfect landing, of course, as always. So here we are. Basically we have not put in this hit turn, so I will be taking control shortly to ensure that we are not banging straight into, because it will put us in a short turn here. So I will give us a bit longer approach. So I will be taking over shortly to ensure that we go on. Drag required 282, supposed to be slowing down to 240. Passing 10, we can just review set. Landing altitude is set. Recall is checked. Auto brake set to 2. Lights can come on here. Pressure says landing altitude recall checked. Auto brake 2. Landing data is 141 and minimums are set 12540, and approach briefing is completed. And on our approach we will check our altimeters. Transition altitude 6000. Not long now until we will do the turn at the TLA, the Tartan. Yeah, so we can kindly ask the crew to get everyone seated for this, what will unfortunately be the last landing of today, I'm afraid. That's 8,000. Weather redrawing. That means we have 15 minutes until the next time, I believe. So we will be using heading select, and we will be turning slightly go. And then there's this weird thing where we have to do this and then execute it, and we will get a line following us. Speed is coming down nicely as well. Now what I would like to do is get our engine sound back, because that sounds odd, but it gives me, of course, immersion. But it also, yeah, the aircraft speaks to you. Sounds silly, right? Now the aircraft, you can sort of you don't have to look that much. When you fly for a while, you will get to know the sound, so you'll know basically if something is going on. So we are going down to the clouds now. We are at 16, no need for anti-ice. Cloud surfing, people. We are cloud surfing. Okay, going into the goo. Goodbye, sun. That's all for today. Set standard. And that's set. And there we have it, boys and girls. Beautiful view. Ain't it pretty? Orbix scenery, heading into Edinburgh, Scotland. Very nice view. Very, very lucky with that hole in the cloud there. Still at 18. So we'll soon be turning. No terrain. Our missed approach is 3,000 straight ahead. Then turn right and redo. Just a quick peek. Okay, so we'll start slowly turning in. Go flaps 1. Flaps 2. Oh, we can tune wireless. It's turning her slowly. And LNAV. Set the runway heading. Top 5. Speed is checked. Coming up on 10 miles, so soon enough we can arm the approach, set the missed approach altitude. we go. Just correcting. There you have it, Glasgow. And the bridge I don't know the name of, but quite famous. And the airport should be right over here. And I have a visual of the runway. On the approach.
1,000 to go.
Leave that here for just a little while. Cabin crew, please be seated for landing, and we can assume that we are clear to land. Pop on the lights, continue, continuous. Come on. And speed brake out. Turning final.
1,000 to go.
Tops 15. Just a little, waited just a little while with the gear. Waiting with the landing checklist, so we are looking for 146, even 151 with the wind we are having currently. Little bit of tweaking from the approach here. We can put it down at the missed approach, which is here. Looking good. And we will shut you down for now. And wish me luck, guys. So Edinburgh, in all its glory, actually not a bad day after all. Oh guys, I do know that the water could use a little more tweaking, but so we'll put the gear down. 7 miles out, landing checklist. Engine start switches are continuous. Speed brake is armed, landing gear is down, 3 green. Flaps 15, holding on the landing flaps, which is 30. Clear to land, cabin is secure. We go checked for the last time. We are good to go, and 10313 is set on the QNH. Minimums are also correct. So what we'll do now is get our landing flap nice and early. Bit of wind. Looking at the runway, hopefully it's hard to make out if there's anyone on the runway actually. If there are, they better get going real soon. 2 reds, 2 whites. Still a good 24 knots down the runway. It's a castle, famous castle there. I don't think there's anyone on the runway. Nobody sits there that long. There's 2 bridges that I don't know the name of, but I'm sure they're quite famous. If you know, let me know in the comments below. Landing flaps out, and we are soon good to disconnect. 23 knots more or less barreling at us. Little bit caught in the wind, but not much. But we'll keep it 10 knots above. 1,000 feet coming up. Still 2 reds, 2 whites, looking good and stable.
1,000. 1,000 feet stabilized, Mr. Approach altitude set.
This is the SEBA mod doing all of this, so just goes to show. And runway is clear. Disconnect.
Approaching 24.
And we'll need to kill the speed nice and early. That high.
500. Approaching minimums.
Bit of lag. Bit of wind. Bit of everything.
Minimums. 400.
Bit of lag again, but it's fine, it's just for a second.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Firm landing. Idle reverses. Kill the auto brake. Manual braking.
80 knots.
Here's our exit. 40 knots.
3,000 feet remaining.
And welcome to Edinburgh, people. I was quite satisfied with that landing, and don't mind it being firm. It's just good to get it down there. We are well within where we should be. I believe it's between 300 and 400, maybe a tad over 400, but not much. We are still on the heavy side here, so quite a good landing. I'm satisfied with that. Good approach as well. Everything went smoothly. No ATC to screw us up. I can kill these lights as well. Transponder to alt off. Turn you off. And come to off. There we go. And yeah, welcome to Edinburgh, Scotland. Third country in our United Kingdom tour, or in a European Union tour, the third country in the United Kingdom, where we are visiting all of the member countries of the United Kingdom. So next up will be England, and whether or not we'll go to Manchester or London, I'm not quite sure. And after that we'll definitely be heading over to Dublin for Ireland, before heading back to mainland Europe. So quite a pleasant flight. We got some ATC, which is always good. The map I had for that seemed fantastic. Didn't show ATC coverage for Cardiff, and he didn't contact us when we flew into Cardiff just an hour prior, even though he were online then. So why he then contacted us and growled about us busting the altitude, which was correct, we did bust the altitude due to some issues on the flight computer. But anywho, we did not screw anything up for him otherwise, and we did comply to everything he said, and everything was good. But he did sound like he was in a bit of a mood. Maybe it was Monday, who knows. But always nice to have a controller, and you know, these guys controlling the guys in the plane, us, do put a lot of time and effort into what they're doing. And they are serious, and they why shouldn't they expect the same from us who are in the aircrafts? So we'll pull her in here. I don't want to pop the APU on. We could do that, but yeah, we can pop the APU on just because that's what you do. There is a bit uphill here. It almost come to a complete stop. Almost 40% on the number one. Maybe a bit skewed parking, but I think we'll manage just fine. Onto the gate guidance. Little more. Almost there. Come on. Last one. There. Perfect. Almost perfectly timed. Set the parking brake. And APU should be online very shortly. So, cabin crew, please disarm doors and slides. APU on. Kill number one. There we go. We could come off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Edinburgh, Scotland. It was a very pleasant flight, very pleasant day flying. We did have some clouds, so we didn't see much of the terrain, but we did get some peak views through the hole on arrival, which I'm very happy about because it was looking so darn good. So yeah, I think that will conclude our flying for today. We have had a pleasant day flying first off Schiphol from the Netherlands in Amsterdam on to Belfast, where we were surprised with some weather, some rain. Actually, you don't think you can claim to be surprised if it's raining in Ireland. I'm not from there, but from what I hear, that's that's the norm. Anyway, we managed to get ourselves on the ground in Belfast and do a fast turnaround down to Cardiff in Wales. Also where we did a bit of a dodgy landing, but we managed all right in the end. It was a bit tricky approach, and I have seen others struggling with that approach as well, so I'm not too bothered by it. And then a turnaround after lunch from Cardiff to where we are now in Edinburgh in Scotland. And that is our third country on our Great Britain tour on the British Isles. So countries left to do now is England and Ireland. So basically London or Manchester and then Dublin, and then we'll head back into mainland Europe, and then we'll definitely go directly for Luxembourg before heading southbound towards the Mediterranean countries of the European Union. So before I head outside, I will do a few things. I will set the chucks, connect the GPU, set the ground power, connect the ground power, turn off the APU, turn off the pump, and you can come on as well. So we will check our landing rate. Before I do that, we can kill you, then we will pop in. There we go, and move to VR. Here we go. Did see a lot of traffic in Edinburgh. Maybe they left before I came. Yeah, there's no one here but me. So maybe it's these guys. I don't know. Anyhow, let's check out our landing. Oh, not that bad actually. I'm quite happy with that. That means it wasn't that bad as I thought it was. 334 feet per minute. Not bad at all. So let's complete the flight. Bit of lag as we complete. Yes, we want to complete. We are at gate. Here we go. Here's our flight. Bit messy start. Not much to say about that. Basically just some FMC issues. It should have been turned like this, but most importantly on that departure was that we busted our altitude there, and unfortunately there was a controller in London who saw that and decided that he wanted to reprimand us, which was correct, but we didn't know he was online. If he were online, we would most likely have busted it anyhow. So here we are, seated. Let's check our parking. Oh, that ain't bad. I think this here is a perfect note on which to end our day. Spot on. So the parking is definitely something to be proud of. Anyhow, here we are in wonderful Edinburgh, Scotland, home of Loch Ness and haggis and whiskey and great people, mostly redheads from what I read. So with this view and with those words, I would like to thank you for flying with me today on our European Union tour. We're still early on in the process and we do have a lot of ground to cover, but we will cover it, I promise. Traveling is important, and seeing the world is a way of understanding it. And with those words, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and to like the video. I will see you very soon on our next flight into England. Take care and bye bye.